This is Howard, and welcome to another electrifying episode of Howard's Opinion. I'm your host, and I'm thrilled to have you tuning in today. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you, filled with the latest sports news, analysis, and opinions that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Now, let's dive right into our first story. The 2025 Gold Cup is heating up, folks. The U.S. men's national team has made it to the knockout round, and all eyes are on their upcoming match against Costa Rica. But amidst the excitement, there's a fascinating goalkeeper conundrum brewing. Matt Freese, the young and talented netminder, has been making waves with his impressive performances, leaving many to wonder if he'll become the new #1 keeper for the USMNT. Now I know what you're thinking, Howard. What about Matt Turner? Hasn't he been the go-to goalkeeper for the team? Well, my friends, that's exactly the question on everyone's mind. Coach Pochettino has a tough decision to make. Will he stick with experience and choose Turner, or will he give Freese another chance to shine? From what we've seen so far, Freese has been impressive. His mistake against Haiti notwithstanding, he's shown remarkable poise and skill between the posts. And let me tell you, folks, this kid's got game. But Turner, on the other hand, is no slouch either. He's an experienced goalkeeper with a proven track record. So, what does this mean for the USMNT? Will Pochettino play it safe and choose Turner, or will he take a chance on Freese? One thing's for sure, the stakes are high, and the pressure is mounting. We'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story, folks. And speaking of which, we've got some fantastic guests lined up to share their insights and opinions on this very topic. You won't want to miss it. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion, folks. We're taking a break from the heavy hitters and diving into some exciting news from the world of sports. I've got a few stories lined up for you today, and this next one is sure to spark some debate. So, it's official. The San Francisco Giants are building a statue of Barry Bonds outside Oracle Park. That's right. The all-time home run leader will be immortalized in bronze, joining other Giants legends like Willie Mays and Willie McCovey. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this a nod to his on-field accomplishments, or an attempt to rehabilitate his image after the steroid controversy? Giants CEO Larry Baer says Bonds is certainly deserving of a statue, but didn't give any details on when it would happen. It's worth noting that Bonds played for the Giants for 15 seasons, hitting 586 of his 762 home runs with the team. He set the single-season record with 73 homers in 2001 and broke Hank Aaron's all-time record in 2017. Now, I'm not here to debate whether or not Bonds deserves a statue. That's up to the Giants organization to decide. But what I do find interesting is how this might affect his chances of getting into the Hall of Fame. As you know, Bonds has been snubbed by the Baseball Writers Association of America and the Contemporary Player Committee in the past. Will this statue be seen as a way to build momentum for his Hall of Fame candidacy? Or will it be viewed as a separate honor altogether? These are questions we'll have to keep an eye on in the coming months. And speaking of honors, I've got to wonder, what's next for other sports teams and their troubled stars? Will we see more statues and tributes to athletes with complicated legacies? It's a fascinating topic that raises all sorts of questions about how we choose to remember our sporting heroes. That's all for this segment, folks. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Howard's Opinion. Speaking in his signature style as the closing segment of his podcast, Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion, folks. We've had a fantastic conversation today, covering a wide range of topics that have been making headlines in the world of sports. As we wrap up this episode, I want to shift our focus to the upcoming LIV Golf tournament in Dallas. Now, for those who may not be familiar with LIV Golf, it's a professional golf tour that has been gaining popularity and controversy alike. The tournament is set to take place in Dallas, marking its second consecutive season in the city. Now, let's dive into some of the key storylines surrounding this event. Jon Rahm, currently leading the individual points race, will be looking to maintain his position at the top of the leaderboard. However, Bryson DeChambeau, a resident of Grapevine and former collegiate star at SMU, is sure to have the home crowd on his side. His team, Crushers GC, has won the last 2 LIV Golf team titles, so they're definitely ones to watch. As we look at the season standings, Joaquin Niemann, the Torque GC captain, has been on a tear, winning 4 of the first 8 events in 2025. And with Cameron Smith's Ripper GC emerging as the champions of last year's Dallas Team Championship, there's no shortage of talent and competition at this tournament. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, Howard, what about the controversy surrounding LIV Golf? Well, let me tell you folks, that's a topic for another day. Today, we're focusing on the golf. And with a field that includes some of the biggest names in the sport, including Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, and Sergio Garcia, this tournament is shaping up to be an exciting one. As we close out today's episode, I want to leave you with some thoughts on the state of professional golf. With the rise of LIV Golf, we're seeing a shift in the way the sport is being played and consumed. And while there are certainly challenges ahead, I believe that this new tour has the potential to bring a fresh perspective and excitement to the world of golf. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, these are some of my humble thoughts.